fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, and Yozori.
Hey, I'm Toby Lapinski with the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine with the opening day of trout fishing season in Rhode Island and Connecticut. Just a few days away, local fish talk is all about trout at this time. I'm getting some of my gear ready here today, but before I get into that this week, I'd like to direct you to a video posted at thefisherman.com in which I demonstrate how I rig, swim, and store an eel skin plug for striped bass fishing. The video not only includes information on how to rig up this old school classic, but I also show a bit of the underwater footage of a rigged Conrad style plug swimming so you can see just how the finished product is supposed to look. So right now, head on over to thefisherman.com, check it out, and maybe you can add this awesome lure to your surf fishing arsenal in 2019. All right, let's see. As I noted earlier, this Saturday, April 13, marks the opening of trout fishing season in Rhode Island and Connecticut waters. Both states have been hard at work for the last few weeks, stocking many hundreds, if not thousands, of brook, brown, rainbow, and tiger trout across the region. Now, whether you fish from shore or by boat, if you fish with fly gear or spinning gear like I prefer to do, there is most certainly some trout-filled waters nearby you. And fortunately for us in Connecticut and Rhode Island, we can finally catch up to our friends up in Massachusetts who don't have a closed trout season, and they've been doing really well all spring. But trout are not for everybody, and if you have your sights set on bigger game this weekend, well, striped bass fishing just keeps getting better thanks to the recent warm weather we've been seeing here in New England. I checked in with a special set of correspondents this week, and they gave me some top secret info and a sweet little map showing where anglers are catching both migratory as well as holdover striped bass right now. But for those true migratory striped bass, they're pretty much all still south of, let's say, the Hudson River, south of New York right now. And despite what others might tell you, odds are about as close to 100% as possible that any fish that you're going to catch right now in New England waters never really left our areas last fall. That said, down in the Delaware River and the Raritan Bay, fishermen have been getting into some bigger bass for a little while now, as shown in the New Jersey Delaware Bay videos that fellow Fisherman Magazine editor Jim Hutchinson has been producing. These big bass are heading into their natal rivers right now to spawn, and we should see them migrating up into the southern New England region sometime, probably about a month from now, early to mid-May at the best, but for local fish, which we do have right now, primarily holdovers, as I said before, holdover striped bass, that is, the big tidals in Connecticut, as well as the tidal rivers and the salt ponds of Rhode Island are probably your best bet to bend a rod this weekend. The usual array of swimming plugs and jigs have been the go-to nighttime lures, but some daytime action has even begun to get reported on topwater plugs to go along with the jigs and swimmers. Herring numbers continue to increase in all the local runs, and this will only serve to keep feeding the bite, mixed in with the warming weather that we're seeing, to make for even better fishing in the coming weeks. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine, wishing you tight lines if you head out onto the water this weekend.